Well, we'll go ahead and get started. And good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. And we have our Education and Workforce webinar. And we are hosting Keys to Success, a creative solution to workforce development and education pathways. My name is Ginger Chin, and I serve as the Vice President of Public Policy for the Salt Lake Chamber. And utilized by more than 80,000 students and Utah residents, the Keys to Success app serves as Utah's leading college and career readiness resource. It's a great resource. Through partnerships with the Department of Workforce Services, the Utah System of Higher Education, local industry, Keys to Success creates a communal platform for both students and organizations to participate in workforce development. Today, during this webinar, you will learn how to host internship or opportunities on the Keys to Success app and help enable local students to gain access to their career training and growth. We're so lucky today. We are joined by Rick Folkerson. He's the president, Success in Education. We also have Erin Trenbeath-Murray. She's the vice president, senior director of Success in Education. And we also have Mallory Cruz. She's the director of Success in Education. This is going to be a great informative session, and so we're grateful to those of you who are jumped on. If you have any questions during our presentation, please feel free to submit them a question using the Q&A function on the Zoom platform, and we will do our very best to answer as many questions as we can. And just for those of you who want to go back and review this later, this website is being recorded and will be made available on the Salt Lake Chamber's website. So now let's hear from our guests. I'm going to turn the time over to Rick, Erin, and Mallory. So thanks for joining us today.
Ginger, thank you very much. And it's an honor to be with all of you this morning. We're really excited about what we're doing in collaboration with workforce development. And I want to make sure I introduce my team. We have Erin Trenbeath-Murray, which Ginger already has so eloquently expressed. We also Mallory Cruz, and you'll hear from both of our amazing, talented team members here with the Success in Education. But the question I just want to ask you before I turn the time over to Erin and have her just take a minute and just share a little bit about what we do as a foundation, and then allow Mallory the majority of the time to talk about the Keys to Success program and workforce development. The invitation that I ask you to think about is how can you distinguish or differentiate yourself in the marketplace when unemployment rates are 2.6% and you're trying to find qualified candidates or the ability to train individuals that have an interest in going to work, interest in career development. And we invite you to think differently and out of the box maybe in how you might find a new platform, new opportunity, because we think we have that. And we're having some real success as students prepare to leave high school and are looking for educational pathways, but they're also looking for career development. And there's a great connectivity there. So with that, we are honored to be here. We want to thank the Salt Lake Chamber for their willingness to collaborate and help with us. And with that, I'm going to turn the time over to Erin Trenbeath-Murray to share a little bit about what we're doing to make a difference in the state of Utah. Erin, the time is yours.
Thank you, Rick. I'm so happy to be here to talk for a few moments. Mallory's going to spend the majority of the time speaking about Keys to Success that directly relates to workforce development. However, I do want to give an overview of the foundation because the purpose of our foundation and all of our programs and initiatives is to create that pathway for students to college and career. And we do this through literacy, technology, and mentoring programs, and exposure to scholarships, internships, and then of course to careers. So that is our mission, and we do have 5 primary program areas that I'm just going to briefly touch on. And if you have an interest in learning more about any of these areas, please let me know. The first one is Keys to Success, which is to motivate students to unlock their future by connecting them to scholarships, internships, and careers. And as Mallory will go into the depth, there is a massive number of students that have downloaded the app and are utilizing it, my 18-year-old son being one of those, to be able to access career paths, what he wants to be, what possibilities there are, how he can get into college. And so Mallory's, I don't want to steal her thunder, she'll go into depth on that one. The second one is the Road to Success program, and the primary purpose of that is to improve literacy skills for students ages kindergarten through 5th grade. And really it's to enhance their daily reading habits. It's based on incentives, as we have discovered that many students love those incentives. So minutes read increases, they receive more incentives. We have to date about 200 million minutes that have been documented and read through our Road to Success app, and about 145,000 students that have been touched by this program. That is primarily, it is in elementary schools, and we're going to be making some neat refinements to that this year to make it even smoother and cooler for young students and teachers. The third one is our Code to Success program, and the purpose of Code to Success is to provide coding and web development principles for students interested in computer science. It's a free 5-week program. In the summer, we use Bottega and Skillstruck, and have had tremendous interest in this program with about 3,000 students that have participated, really trying to do outreach to underserved populations across the state and get them on a pathway into computer science. The next one is a fun one, Ken Garff Esports, and we utilize Ken Garff Esports as a Trojan horse to computer science and to tech. The purpose of Ken Garff Esports is to enhance and enrich scholastic experiences through and beyond gaming. We're very interested in setting up clubs across the state in middle schools and high schools where students come together as a collective group in a healthy environment with an advisor, and they learn everything from film design to web development, to logo design, to film, to gaming, to entrepreneurialism, all the things that are tied with gaming. And then we host tournaments throughout the year. We also give incentives based not just on winning tournaments, but if the clubs participate in volunteerism efforts or leadership activities. We're giving each of those middle schools and high schools that are participating $1,500 grants to help them get launched. And this is our first year. And so far we have 70 schools that have signed up. Lastly is Women Who Succeed. And the purpose of Women Who Succeed is to provide opportunities for girls and young women to grow confidence and leadership skills. We have about 130 very influential, amazing women leaders in our community from every walk of life, from philanthropists to judges to CEOs to stay-at-home moms to lawyers to all types of professionals who want to grow more confidence and leadership skills in girls and young women. So we provide networking opportunities, internships for these young women, scholarships to tech colleges and to higher education for 4-year degree seeking, as well as a mentoring program. We currently have 261 young women across the state that are being mentored, and it has been in place for about 6 months and has just exploded. So if you are interested in any of involvement in any of those programs, please let us know. And with that, I'm going to turn it to Mallory Santa Cruz, who is the Director of Program for Success in Education. She oversees the Road to Success and Keys to Success programs, as well as the mentoring program for Women Who Succeed. So Mallory, with that, I'll turn it to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Erin. I really appreciate your sharing about all of the programs that we have, and we're grateful for the opportunity to be able to present to the Chamber and share a little bit about what we do and how we can partner together with you and your businesses to help move students and connecting them with industry. So with that, I'm going to do a deep dive today into our Keys to Success program. Keys to Success is the #1 college and career readiness program for the state of Utah. And we have over 83,000 students and adult users that have downloaded the app to date. Nearly 8,000 of those were in the last month. So it's growing very, very quickly as part of our partnership with the Utah System of Higher Education and other institutions across the state. But if you haven't heard of Keys to Success, a little highlight, our purpose, as Erin mentioned, is to motivate students to unlock their future and connect them with scholarships, internships, and opportunities. And in the past, you may have heard about this, we gave away used cars to students to congratulate them and reward them for academic excellence. Over the last 20 years, we've grown and expanded, and today we make those prizes and rewards available through partnerships with local industries, with local businesses. And rather than just limiting it to high school, we now extend from junior high, from 7th grade, all the way up to adult users, whether they're exploring careers, whether they are looking to make a shift or a change or go back to school. So as I mentioned, we have over 83,000 total app users. And when they download the app, there are a few things that they can do. They select their top 5 career interests. And for the state of Utah, these are the top 5 industries that have been selected by our users. You can see they pretty well align with, the local industries and businesses as we see in the department in the Bureau of Labor Statistics. One interesting one is the number of students that are interested in agriculture across the state. But as they go through, once they select their career interests, we have over $160 million in scholarships and tuition waivers available. So they have access to not only apply for those scholarships, but it is personalized and individualized based off the career interests and assessments that they have taken. And of those 83,000, we have over 18,000 engagements with our opportunities. When we mention opportunities today, what we're referring to are internships that have been posted, maybe leadership programs, skill trainings, certificates, all of those things that can help move them forward in their college or career pathway. And we have had over 40,000 scholarship engagements and applications to date. To give you a brief overview of some of the many features that exist within the app, when users download the app, they have access to our Career Center. And this is through a partnership with the University of Oregon. And we have a number of assessments that students and adult users can take. You can see up here in the right-hand corner, we see 35 points, 90 points. These are points that are awarded to really incentivize students for taking the sometimes scary steps that it takes as they progress through step by step towards their education or career pathways. So they can go through and conduct a reality check assessment. For example, finding out what type of lifestyle they'd want to live and how much money they would need to support that lifestyle. Do they want Netflix and Hulu? What is an average gas bill like? And this is really helpful and really does provide kind of that reality check for graduating high school students. We also have interest profilers and work importance locators that help give them an idea of what their interested careers could look like in practice. We have scholarship databases, and these are through the higher education institutions, through state scholarships, as well as through local businesses that can host scholarships and funds on our site. So if you have scholarships, I know, for example, the Professional Women in Building organization has scholarships and opportunities that they've recently uploaded. So we have our scholarship database as well as these personalized opportunities. And this is the area that we're really going to focus on today and discuss how you can help support students while finding benefit to your own company and organization. So you can see we have apprenticeships, we have different types of opportunities that are available to students as well as to adult users. We have partnered with the State Board of Education in offering our CTE pathways. So not only are we looking to help move students towards a traditional 4-year education, but we're also helping to support them towards more technical careers, towards technical colleges. And one of the ways that we do that is through supporting counselors and helping them connect students to a CTE pathway. And finally, you can see on this right-hand side, we have rewards. We reward students for taking these steps. So as they earn points for all of the different assessments they take, scholarships they apply to, they can earn points that they redeem for R&R barbecue, for Wendy's, for tickets to Tuacahn or to Thanksgiving Point. And we've really been excited to expand and enhance the number of prizes that we have available as we've now extended our services and programs to all middle schools and high schools across the state. As I mentioned before, we have personalized pathways. So as you're thinking about the types of individuals that you would be looking to hire, a pipeline of recruitment, we really work to personalize our pathways to students based off of their career interests. So that could be through their CTE pathways that they've selected. It could be through interest profilers that they've conducted. It could be through similar opportunities that they have selected before. But we really work to personalize and individualize it. And that is a process that we're continuing to develop to really even enhance that feature, to be able to target individuals that have indicated interest similar to what you're looking to provide. This is one of my favorite features, our college application week. This is brand new this year. End of August, beginning of September, we were approached by the Utah System of Higher Education and asked to create a platform for Utah College Application Week, which really is a month, but high schools select a week during the month of October to provide information to students, whether that's a college night, FAFSA information, and they wanted a singular platform for high schools to be able to utilize and compare and contrast higher education institutions. So in about 30 days, we worked with our development team and we were able to build the resource that is now used in high schools across the state, connecting them with higher education institutions. So they can go in when they create a free account, they can compare and contrast institutions based off of the majors provided, based off the type of degree or certificate they can receive, location, tuition, deadlines. Once they've selected or favorited their top institutions, they can then go in and it has a little timeline almost where it prompts them on the next step. If you've recently applied to college, or if you have a child or someone in your life that has recently been applying, it is quite a process. And so to try and help stop those gaps of fall off between applying and paying for school and completing school, we have prompts that go through and prompt students and give them tutorials on the next step. So we provide information on priority deadlines, last deadlines for admissions, as well as for financial aid, along with a number of resources. We also have resources available for undocumented students and adults to be able to help them through the process as well. So this is one of our favorite features. We have had in the last 14 days, over 9,000 institutions that were favorited and over 1,000 applications submitted through the app to our higher education institutions. So it's really exciting to see, and this is going to be a feature that we continue to develop and utilize every year in the future. As we mentioned, this is really what I'm going to dive into today, is how you can support our scholarships and opportunities, how you can connect with an incoming workforce to be able to help them be better prepared and better established to succeed in your community and in your industry. And this isn't just limited to high school students. This also includes our adult users. We have about 40,000 adult users across the state of Utah that have graduated high school that are looking to make that next step. And they have access to the Department of Workforce Services job board through our app, as well as to all of the internships and scholarships that you will be able to upload. So going through, how do we identify what the next step is for adults? So we have 4 career tracks that they're able to select. One is for a recent graduate. Maybe you have an 18-year-old who's recently graduated high school. They're trying to figure out, do they want to go to a traditional four-year college? Are they looking to get a certificate from a technical college? Or are they looking to see what their next step is, as it varies from individual to individual? They would click on recent graduate. We also have one for career exploration, if maybe they're looking to either look into a new industry or shift industries for a more experienced workforce. We have a job search for those that are actively looking to make a shift. Right now, they're terming it the Great Resignation. And we know that a lot of people are looking for jobs right now or looking to make a shift in their industry, as we've seen a huge boom since COVID in more technical or more remote work. Finally, we also have Skill Up. And we are working with a number of state-led initiatives to be able to help support this, because we want to create a better skilled workforce that comes to you prepared to do the work and all the amazing things that you're doing in your companies. So these are the 4 tracks. You can actually, when you upload resources and upload opportunities, perhaps you have an internship that you want to make available, you can select, I want to target individuals that are working, that are actively looking for a job. Or maybe it's an entry-level position. You can go to recent graduates. And we actually have push notifications that you can send out through our app as well. So digging into how does this affect you? Why would you utilize the Keys to Success app? The Bureau of Labor Statistics for the state of Utah has listed a few updated pieces of information in the month of October. So Utah faces the 5th largest labor shortage in the country. And I'm sure we don't need to tell you that. You've probably already felt some of those effects, as there is about 1.45 job openings for every Utahn that wants a job. This means that you have a workforce that's working to cover those holes. So you have current employees that are busy, that are active, that are maybe doing their job plus some additional responsibilities. This would be a great chance to get interns in to help cover some of those basic functions, giving them an opportunity to help set them on their path, give them that initial experience while helping your business and helping your employees to prevent burnout. We're also seeing some industry shifts. There are 20,000 new workers in business and computer tech. I think that's no surprise to anyone, but we're also seeing 17,000 new workers this year in trade, transportation, and warehousing, and 13,000 new workers in construction. Again, we have 40,000 students and adult users with access to the app that are ready to work. We have a number of high school students that would be able to take on basic administrative duties and help with some of these shifts. But overall, in an effort to meet these needs, we've seen in the state of Utah an overall rise in programs to train and re-engage workforce. And so we have had a number of partnerships that we've created to help support those efforts. The first is Learn and Work. And for those of you that have not heard of Learn and Work, it's an initiative to help reroute individuals' careers. It provides tuition assistance. They have over 100+ short-term programs, and it provides new career opportunities to individuals. So what it is it's helping to train, give that information, give that quality competence to the workforce as they either reroute or work to shift their careers. We also have returnships, and this was an initiative led by the Lieutenant Governor, and it is to help build the work history and return an unengaged workforce back into Utah industry. So this could be, mothers who have taken a leave of absence to raise their children and want to get back into the workforce, but maybe feel that they have been out so long that they aren't up to date on the newest technology, on all of the changes that have happened in the 5-10 years since they left the workforce. So it's a chance for them to retrain and return. We also see some private and other types of efforts, whether it's tech moms or other organizations set up to help build the workforce as well. And so rather than working in a silo and us trying to help support industry and help support all of these efforts by ourselves, we host Learn and Work, returnships, and other opportunities in the app to increase our audience as well and be able to push these opportunities out. So if you've heard of these opportunities, if you're engaged with them, we're working in conjunction with the state. So let's talk about how you can get engaged. Going through, you would set up a Keys to Success account through ktsusutah.org. And once you go in, you would select resources. And I'm going to walk you through how to create an account in just a second. But once you create your account, you can upload opportunities. And those opportunities, as I mentioned, could range from an internship, which I think most businesses would benefit from an intern. You have the opportunity to screen and select them yourselves based off your applicant pool. But it could also be something different. Maybe you have an upcoming hiring fair. Maybe you have some type of leadership program that you're offering. There are so many different amazing programs that each of you are providing to your current employees and prospective employees. So there are lots of different things that you can include under this opportunities section. Then you can follow up with students. And this isn't just limited, again, to high school students. This is adults as well. So you can follow up with them. You can return to them if you are continuing to look for additional engagement. And finally, you can track the engagement of individuals that have interacted and engaged with your posting. So we have a really great data visualization tool called Metabase. And so you can go through and not only export data, but see tons of reports in regards to the opportunities that you have uploaded. So as I mentioned, we have an engagement dashboard. That's our Metabase data visualization tool. And you would have access to a few specific things. So I'm going to say that you post an internship, you would be able to export it, a list of all the resources that you've uploaded, export the engagement of your opportunities uploaded. So you could see how many individuals have gone through and clicked and wanted to learn more about your opportunity. You can see how many individuals have engaged with your scholarships that you've uploaded. And you can export all of that data and information. I do want to highlight that we are very selective and work very closely with all of our districts for high school users in particular on personal identification information. And so most of the information that we have is directory information. So it would be provided by the student. And usually it's their name, their graduation year, or where they're at in their current path, if they've graduated, if they are a current student, and it has their email information as well. You can also request to have a resume upload as well in the app. So this is just very, very general information, but you'd have the opportunity to export all of that, whether that's your HR department or hiring manager, you would be able to have access to that data. So let's go through and talk about how to upload opportunities. Once in the ktsutah.org, and I'll drop this in the chat, I have a great handout with instructions. You're going to click on resources, and it's a tab at the top that looks like this. Then you would go into the corresponding button. So it's going to pop up with a second window that shows new scholarship, or it may say new opportunity, depending on which of these three options you select, whether it's an internship, scholarship, or opportunity. And the information it requests is pretty straightforward. You would put the name of the opportunity that you have available or the name of the scholarship, a brief description, as well as the organization that's hosting it. You could include an application link. You could include the number of positions available, the number of opportunities available. And this is where you can really get selective. Maybe you want to support a local high school seniors. Maybe you'd like to partner with Salt Lake Community College in making your opportunities available to them. You can go through and select which individuals you would like to target this to based on the careers they've selected or the institution that they belong to. So this is a really cool feature. It just helps target your audience a little bit further. And then you can add a date range. So how long would you like this opportunity to exist? Then you make sure that it's an active opportunity and you hit save. The whole process takes about 3 minutes, and it's pretty amazing just the reach that we have. As Erin mentioned, with our Women Who Succeed initiative, I recently posted an internship opportunity that we had available to help support our Women Who Succeed initiative. It's grown really fast. We have a lot of amazing work that we're doing. And within 10 days, I had 93 applicants to participate as a Women Who Succeed intern. So we do have pretty strong engagement with these opportunities. And I was able to go through, export that data, pull information, and was able to then sort and go through the process of bringing interns on board. So I do want to make sure that we have about 10 minutes at the end to go through and answer any questions that you have, because this is such a valuable resource. We really encourage you to go onto ktsutah.org, create a community account, and make your opportunities available to individuals in the community, whether that's students, adult users, and help get them on the path towards success. It really does build a strong pipeline for you in your recruitment, in bringing individuals that come onto your organization that are tenured, that are prepared and qualified for the opportunities and employment that you provide. So with that, I'm going to maybe open it up to questions and answers.
We have a couple of questions in the chat, so I'll go ahead and we have one from Claudia. It says, I'm interested in what is available for the Hispanic community. So can you elaborate a little bit if you have any tailored opportunities?
Yeah, so this is one of the areas that we have especially been working to grow. For the Hispanic community right now, as I mentioned, we have specific resources available to different demographics, different individuals, depending on background. We also do have resources available for undocumented students. So maybe they would like to enter the workforce, but are unsure of what the next step is or what opportunities are even available to them. We have those resources included in the app, as well as for the Hispanic community of industries, of companies and organizations that are looking to engage. We are now tracking demographic data of students, and that's in conjunction with the school districts. Again, it's stripped of a lot of personal information, but we are able to target a little bit more specifically opportunities. So let's say that you have a scholarship that you would like to make available to Hispanic students, or maybe you are looking to work with students that are involved in Latinos in Action. We have those types of opportunities available as well. I'm also going to include my contact information. So Claudia, if you'd like to connect, I'm happy to spend some time and maybe walk through, your specific resources and how we can work to coordinate in making it accessible to the Hispanic community.
Thank you. That's great. So another question that came in through our chat was from Jan. And Jan asks, does your program tie into other handshake programs that local higher education institutes use for internships?
Jan, that is such a great question. So that is something that we have underway at this time. This is our first year partnering with higher education institutions. And so we're meeting with their admissions departments, with their career departments. And we are starting our very first beta program of incorporating with Handshake. In the long term, we would love to get an API where that's hosted in our app. For right now, it's just going to be a link that connects with Handshake outside of the app, but that's long-term one of our goals that we would love to coordinate. If you work with a higher education institution, and maybe that's what prompted this question, we would love the chance to engage in further conversation about how we can potentially connect and collaborate there, because that's definitely on our list of priorities.
That's great.
Hey, Ginger, just to augment that, we also have a great partnership with KSL Classifieds. And so those that are posting job opportunities, we're inviting them to think about how internships or recent graduate high school students that are looking for career development. And that's really starting to connect as well, because a lot of businesses just aren't thinking about that entry level right out of high school. And it does take a little bit more training, does take a little bit more effort and collaboration. But in this tight job market, it's a great resource.
Yeah, thank you. And right now, one of our number one issues is connecting workforce with employers and employers engaging workforce. So thank you so much for your innovation and getting students engaged, employers engaged. I think this is such a critical tool for our workforce and for our economy. Are there any other comments that you would like to make? Kind of last minute thoughts here?
I just wanted to add, Matt, to the question about serving our Spanish speaking and our Hispanic populations. Also, it's really been a very strong focus of ours the last year and a half or so, with all of our kids of color in different ethnicities, races, and languages spoken. In our Women Who Succeed program, about 44% of our mentees are girls of color, and we have about 31% that are first generation. We're also putting a lot of emphasis, especially with our technology side, with the esports clubs, as well as Code to Success with rural communities, and utilizing that technology aspect to have kids that are in pretty remote areas of the state being able to see all kinds of opportunities within their own community and outside of their community once they graduate from high school. So I just wanted to kind of emphasize that it's not just about the Wasatch Front, it's about touching kids of all types of backgrounds across the state of Utah to help them reach their full potential.
Oh, that's so critical. And thank you for your work on that. And I appreciate you adding that comment. And we had a comment in the chat from Pat Jones from the Women's Leadership Institute, and kudos. This is, we know you've worked really hard on this, and it's making a huge difference systematically. So thank you so much. If there aren't any other comments, anything else you'd like to add? We really appreciate your work in the diversity space. We too are working in the diversity space at the Salt Lake Chamber. We have a diversity summit coming up on November 4th, and we're connecting resources is so critical. So thank you.
Ginger, I'd like to maybe just close with this, and I think it has relevance and is really valuable, is why are high school students turning to the Keys to Success program in the app? And there are really three main reasons. One, it's affordability, is that the scholarship portion of our app is a huge incentive for them. They're looking for ways to pay for school. But number two is that they want to connect with private industry. And we've surveyed our students multiple times, and their number two reason is that they're trying to connect with individuals in the workforce around their career interests. So internships are such a huge opportunity that play such a large role. And then number three is they love incentives. Our high school students and junior high school students, they love to be incentivized. And so the millions of dollars of incentives that are available to them really drive activity. And then once they get into the app, they really stay there. We have tremendous partnerships with so many different businesses that allow us to grow and develop. And so it's a great opportunity. And we're grateful to the Chamber for the support and generosity that you provide us to help us make a difference in the lives of so many.
Well, Rick, thank you. And thank you, Erin and Mallory, for your time today and educating all of us on this great resource. And for those of you who have logged on, again, we'll have this on recorded. It's being recorded right now, and we'll have it on our Chamber website, and you're welcome to share it widely. So again, thank you again, and have a great day in this rain.
Thank you.
Thank you.